Motswako mfethu ke campaign ya mo Maftown. Initiative ya mo Maftown yabo. Ke yona motswako initiative ya mo Maftown no mageng ba khala ba ipusha ba fitlhile.
You know, honest speaking, dog, I make this shit sound so easy, man. I make it look too easy, dog. We out here grinding with them homies, you know. Shout out to Doing, shout out to Stan, shout out to Krill, shout out to Chevy, shout out to G-Snap, dog. Ribisi raspanye rapusha, mpitu saranyaza rasama da haratla yokaga. So you know what? Let me just keep quiet and let me just do this thing, you know. Listen up, yo.
I was chilling with my niggas, smoking green, getting way.
Friend, yeah, I got my car blue. I hope you happy, you know, what's good on my grade. I used to stress a lot about me panyana we miss snacks ya go fleta ka lebana botle ba ka simiki blue eyes in private wa raba di phone call tsa masigo gare ke ntse ke na lwena mo se ra gore ga ke sna lwena go tsone o ipuduelwa fela le satane wa itse go itsene fela gore bicycle ya ka e palangwe ke mang le mang go itse wena le satane o pelong ya gago yo satane di go ngaparetse bona no mba go snekile o ithwe wa tlhami diabolos ga ke go khalimela ke re no re ke a go rerela yo satane ke bua lwena ka fonetse go nguna yo satane dipotso tsa gago one by one ga ke di go balla o tsela gore ke a balabala mang na handsball ga mpone mpero le re lenyeo ke a go tlalatala yes motho wa ka wa rata maaka eno kwatla ratolaka ka gona pelo ya ka wa nteboga ka pititetse ka maa ga o motho tota bontle re ya boa go rona o sia ka sesemaka motho wa ka rata maaka eno kwatla ratolaka ka gona ya pelo ya ka wa nteboga in return ka pititetse maa ga o motho tota bontle boa go rona o sia ka sesemaka ga go tidiantsha kwena wa ntsa go tlola ga go tidiantsha tlala go biwa lwena le tlakala go sebaka o ntse masematla o kukuna le dibata o mplela maka still go tswara ke ntse go itshwarela ke go ratilo sa tshepagale ka go itshokela ntse o fekela tailo wa tsamela go nkgogela ka tronko ka fa wena le bitsa ntse le busy ka fa o likepela Mickey Blue Eyes o bicycle ya ga mang le mang no ntlhabisa khala pero sa sebetu ntsitsibanya melo moselinyane wa senokwane nga go twetsa tlhogonyane ka go mphatlhola motlhagare ka bogare nnete fela go gore in your love ne ke itha ke nyetse kanti ke nyetse motho wa ka o rata maka man motho wa ka o rata maka eno o batla ratolaka ka go naya pelo ya ka yot instead wa nteboga ka plate e tletse ka ma-KK ga o motho tota bontle boa go rona re ya o se ka sesemaka motho wa ka o rata maka eno maka o batla thata mo go maso ratelaka ka go naya pelo ya ka yot in return wa ngaya plate e tletse ma-KK ga o motho tota bontle boa go rona o se aka sesemaka yes like DJ, my teacher, my son, the taxi drive, my latest girl, my jaiban, my time, mangle boysing mangle wabu, Osiaka ratamak, Osiaka sesemak.
It's Tsotsi Funk TV, man. Today we got Tumelo Moagi. What's up, the big brother?
Hi, chillas polas, my brother.
Chillas
How you
pola.
doing? For sure, for sure.
I know for sure. Nice to have you on the show,
I
man.
know, happy to be here, man. And thanks for having me, by man, and for the invitation, my brother.
Yeah. Now, please introduce yourself, my brother.
Ish, I go by many names, eh? Some
Yeah.
call me Slender, the silly salamander.
Yeah.
Bangwan pizza rami dumo dumo. Bangwan pizza tufu. Hey, bangwan pizza. Hey, I go by many names, eh? My stage name currently, I would say, I'll stick with Slender, the Slender salamander. If you like Okanwari slimy, the silly salamander. If you like Okanwari slender, the slimy salamander. Just salamander.
Yeah. Salamander.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please, man, describe the type of music that you do with the brother, man.
Ish, I'm just an expressionist. I write and I recite.
Yeah.
Mostly I write poetry.
Yeah.
Marano, when I enter the studio, I work with a variety of producers.
Yeah.
Others will be having a hip hop flavor, and then the beat will just like drive me towards poetry on a hip hop beat, and then it becomes a hip hop song.
Yeah.
And then I'll come across a different producer. He's got a reggae song beat, and then I just put my poetry up on a reggae beat. So I'm just versatile.
Yeah.
I'm just a writer, an expressionist, and a recite.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it's versatility.
Very versatility, and there's a reason if I may add to that.
Yeah.
They say you are what you eat. I grew up on rock and roll. I grew up on funny sounds. I grew up on reggae, raga. I grew up on hip hop, like your deep underground hip hop.
Yeah.
And then I just decided, no, I'm not going to do one particular genre because it rattles so like, and then I just fell into poetry and got to understand, oh, poetry is just made expressions.
Yeah.
And then, versatility is the description of the kind of my music.
Yeah. So you
I
can really
guess.
put your finger on it.
How difficult I belong in there.
Again, I know a lot of artists hate classifying themselves under a certain genre. Again,
Difficult.
you know, and especially for you, I mean, you use the word versatile, so I mean, it's very difficult to say nah.
Again, if I may,
Yeah.
they call me Little T for versatility.
Yeah.
They call me Little T for the way I teach.
Yeah.
They call me Little T for the POET that I am. I'm a poet.
Yeah.
They call me Little T for loyalty, liability. You know, so versatility really just comes about to describing what I am and what I do.
Yeah, and for sure. So, are you from Math Town? You know?
I'm from Northwest. I'm from Zira. Ke tswa Lehurutsi.
From Zira?
Ke tswa Lehurutsi. Ke tswa ko Velberacht.
Yeah.
Velberacht is a small little township in the heart of Lehurutsi, and Lehurutsi is just Ramotserimila village. Ke tswa ko motseng o bidwang Lehurutsi.
Yeah.
Ko Velberacht ya Zirast.
Yeah.
Mo Northwest.
Yeah. Okay, so in your journey or through your journey, you worked with Tsotsi.
Oh yes.
There.
Oh yes.
Yeah, tell us about those collaborators and how you guys met. You know?
All right. There was a time in my was this post matric life. Ke tswa ko sekolong ke fetsa matric.
Yeah.
E be ke tla go tsena sekolo mo Mafikeng mo Unibo.
Yeah.
And then mo Unibo I became actively involved in many cultural and artistic competitions and forums sometimes.
Oh yeah. So what do you study in Unibo?
All right. I studied towards a law degree.
Oh yeah.
And I practiced the law for over 10 years afterwards.
Okay.
And I quit the law practice to pursue a career in music.
All right.
And at the same time, actually, I didn't quit the law practice. I just moved towards intellectual property law development. The copyright laws, the patent laws, and trademark laws. Trademark laws. The practice I even nicer because I'm an artist myself. So that's how the story began. So in that era of my study go Unibo, and show, and then Bohomza would come visit by, and then we perform like or performer. We met there, and from then on, you know, history very sharp like took over. The future took over. The next thing repeated the record as such.
So you're actually pushing what you studied.
Erra.
Now, what's the good thing? Because obviously music needs a lot of intellectual property. It's, you know, rights writes this, writes that.
And the most important of all, inspire loko gore the artist the tsena mo industry, the generator the million, and then at the end of the day, ba jalwa the million, maybe the producer or the publisher or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the royalty because they maybe do not understand, they don't really have the legal skills for the right is abone as artist and such and such. So inspire ke lebaka la bo Matatini, bo Brenda Fase, ba tloka fala ba fitlwa ba le tour, mare mo di career in lifetime tsa bone ba le di million. So it's partially for that again. I'm inspired to assist artists. Right, bare music industry ki dog industry. So I don't really like the taste of dog itself. So so it's necessary for as an artist mo to ikupa ka di legal skills. And as long as I do have such, I assist the artist just to grow the culture of good art.
As a lawyer or as a publisher? But obviously publishing does include law.
Come again?
As a lawyer, no, my question was as a lawyer or a publisher. Now I remember that publishing is law.
As a matter of fact, there's a matter of fact, monona lele nala. And everything happen media le molao, media and the law. Di closely related. Monona lele nala happen. So it's just a calling. Keep it.
All right. Do you enjoy the space though?
Say again?
Do you enjoy the space?
Well, I can't complain. Every day of my life is a holiday. In a sense that I wake up, I write and I recite. At the same time, I can take me phone call or mangwanyala or the performance. And then at times it's a rewarding practice. And then for the most part, as an artist, you are a writer, and to become a good writer, you have to read a lot. So you grow every day intellectually and such, and then at the same time too in plenty of stuff that you read. And I enjoy reading newspapers for the most part. Am I allowed to say the name of the newspaper in general? Okay, no. I enjoy my city press on a Sunday because current it's already news, whatever it reports very sharp, and then in a vocab, and I enjoy the space for the most part, for the developmental part of affairs. I enjoy the performance part of affairs. I enjoy the recording part of affairs. I enjoy the sales of music part of affairs. I enjoy theater around the space, and at the same time too, when an artist comes by and asks for assistance, the legal contracts and the like, it brings about a full feeling, feeling. It's nice to share and it's nice to help, So well, I could say I cannot regret in that. Right. It's enjoyable.
So in the space of you assisting artists with the contracts, with the say, is it under a certain brand like your company, or is it just you assisting them as Tumelo Moagi? All right. What I mean, on your personal capacity.
Yes, sir. As Tumelo Moagi in my brief past, I ran a law firm called Moagi Attorneys. And then I was
basically that was your law firm.
Yes, sir. That was my law. I was a director of the law firm, and I was issued a practice certificate by the Law Society of South Africa. And it was my law firm. And over time, as I decided to close the law firm like 9 years later, for the reason that it was like not a profitable practice, the rentals, telephone bills and whatnot. And again it wasn't like my national music. You handle divorces every day. You're an artist. It gets to you, it's frustrating. So back to the point. As I closed the law firm, I retained and maintained the legal skills and the knowledge and the expertise. So now, when an artist approaches me, he approaches me in my personal capacity, still yet in my professional capacity, still yet in my agent-like capacity. As a consultant, I give legal advice, and then I give the reference, and then I give my knowledge and research skills, and then above all, take some of offense one fell the representation
Yeah.
almost like no cause I'm rock if I get no give the form to the data and then with data so this submit up. No, I just give him the knowledge for instance or like some praise collecting body the operator liana that's how you get very like in touch and contact with them and then kapaso your operator liana for instance reason the like the link yana the legal ramifications of you having a publisher or you being your own publisher and the like and then it would be advisable if you go there in person or if you go there online and such. That's like the assistance that I offer, legal coaching, legal advice, and at the same time too, it goes at a cost, at an affordable fee, of course. So I couldn't say I run a company in that.
That's what I wanted to ask. Is there a cost attached to your the system that your professional advice, your consultations, I mean, you gotta eat at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, hotline the approacher, it took maybe conduct research. And for example, I have to perhaps say go to an internet cafe and pay internet say some fee and such. Then again, I finance it and so at the end of the day, yes, they have to pay an affordable fee. It is a business transaction because it's a sale of skills at the end of the day. A short answer to a short question it's one of the skills in which I treat.
Nah, that's dope. We're finding artists being lawyers, and vice versa. Artists being engineers, artists being, you know what I mean? At
the same time, at the same time, pride much in because you know what they say about lawyers, right?
Yeah.
They say lawyers are liars. They say lawyers like prostitutes would do anything for the money. They say lawyers are white collar criminals. And yes, there are those popular elements among the practice of law and the practice of lawyers and the like. But at the same time, too, an honest individual who actually has knowledge of such is merely called to what he does. And now I think I was a point before I was a lawyer because my law skill is trailing later on. Case na reject recording the music offer briefly or like what and how it came up about. And for the reason of rejecting the music offer, I was studying engineering elsewhere and I had no knowledge of the contract. I was about 18 years of age.
Like engineering, sound engineering, or
I was studying metallurgical engineering.
Oh yeah.
It's an engineering of what's this? Chemistry and mining. It's chemical engineering and mining engineering, like in a fusion. So it didn't take me far because it felt like a self-betrayal. But like, no, I'm an artist, I'm doing this, I need to write and recite. Solve all the Newton's and Einstein's laws of like relativity. It's just not me. So anyway, as I was studying towards that, I was recording my music, home recording studio, and I met these guys and they offered me a recording deal. Well, long story short, another discussion for another day. But then to not trust their offer in proposition with my music and with my art because I was a bit extra sensitive with my poetry. My poetry it kind of like
it's a meditation.
It's a meditative process.
And therapeutic.
And it's therapeutic at the same time to exercise the demons out from my system, So as they wanted to treat with my remedy, I became too careful to not rub shoulders with them anymore. I ran away and I thought to myself, because Barry music industry, dog industry, I need skills to defend this art and I need legal skills. So that's how it came up about.
That's a dope story actually. That's how you became started engaging in law. But law again, I feel that your lack of information again kind of contributed to you being a lawyer
At the same time.
at the same time.
Error,
You know what I
error,
mean?
error, error. You learn every day, and at the same time too, you never get to learn enough.
Again.
The more and more that you actually get to know, is the more and more you get to know. Hey, man, I know less and less and less. So it contributed a lot to that ignorance, if I may, go way back.
And again, with everything that's happening in the world today, you learn. A new skill set, maybe basically it's learning. But at the same time, it's you have to unlearn what you already know in order for you to prosper again. I guess go forward again. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say.
The one song load in no filter out
Yeah, taking again. You know what I mean?
The mind is a powerful tool to waste.
Yeah.
That's why I use mine to writing my expressions down on blank pages.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I just actually write even about not even experiences, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be just thinking about, say, lifestyle of my fellow kitchen.
Yeah.
It's a community, you know. It's a community. Everybody knows everybody, and they mingle with each other,
Yeah.
and they go through their own challenges. And the like. And I'll find a way of putting that into a song because I'm expressing, or it's an expression from the viewpoint of a cockroach.
Yeah.
And it's not living in an isolated community, but it's not living as an island and such.
Yeah.
So back to the point, I just consume this brain to just like words and sentences and like phrases.
Yeah.
So on a self-description at the end of the day, we just did the Papa Kamenoto earlier on.
Yeah.
One could wonder why Papa Kamenoto? Why would one say anything about Papa Kamenoto?
True.
Come to think of it, it's a big song, and it's a big song because it's their rhythm, it's their melody. And just to be clean, I want to take credit to that. But by inspiring, I just gave it verses.
Yeah.
And then come to think of it again, it's a detailed story.
Yeah.
It's a story about food and what specific food, one dish.
Yeah.
What specific one dish. Lucas came away missing any South African black community.
Yeah.
Papa coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the point to God, the mind is a horrible thing to waste.
Yeah.
It's useful somewhere.
Yeah.
One thing I don't really like referring to Mandela, but one thing Mandela said was, you know, no one is absolutely useless. Even a criminal can be used as a better example.
Yeah.
So even a criminal is useful because he is used to be like, you know, for a better example.
You know what I mean, yeah.
So the brain operates in such a way like that.
Yeah.
The more and more value you just load it, is the more and more you have to filter it out again. So you are sifted just for some
Reload
more
it, yeah.
info. I think that's how the human system works.
Yeah.
Because the more and more value sharp that we load it,
Yeah.
is the more and more again value sharp we filter out.
You
So
know what
that
That's how would you say that the your industry is, or the music space in Kokomzira?
well, I would,
Kokomziras, you know.
no, thanks for drawing me bell or Konzira particularly.
Yeah.
The Mzira space is growing.
Yeah.
Growing fast, and there's many beautiful acts from Ziras
Yeah.
that just lacks. We just lack small skills, marketing skills, promotional skills. We've got producers, the likes of Red Dot Cabello, we've got the likes of Crystal Prowess,
Yeah.
a massively beautiful artist also.
Yeah.
We've got the likes of Toxic, plenty, too many to mention.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the show, since Corona tota era affectile rote to put us quarantined.
Yeah.
The show, the minimal.
Yeah.
The skills is already talking, but we developing day by day. Your 4IR skills to do your podcast, to do your what's this video interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So the space in terms of marketing and promotion, very small, very minimal. In terms of production and creativity, impressively developing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who have you worked with? Like say your hometown guys, you know,
I've
from
worked-
Kokomzira, you know?
I've worked with Crystal Prowess.
Yeah.
I've worked with one guy, he calls himself Tooth.
Yeah.
I call myself Toof because hardly we are to Toof.
Yeah.
Lina like a ancestor.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
his stage name.
Yeah.
I've worked with the likes of Homza from Mafikeng.
Yeah.
I've worked with Tipsy
Yeah.
from Tweletoku, Lihuruti, that
Yeah.
side. Plenty, too many to mention.
Yeah.
I've worked with Tale, BK, the hand of God, Yusuf Mohammed.
Yeah.
I've worked with Tsopotau of the Verbal Scavengers from Mafikeng.
Yeah.
Stage name he goes by Grimy the Grizzly Coriander.
Yeah.
Or he's got many names and he goes by Nameless the Faceless MC. Nameless the Faceless MC.
Yeah.
I've worked with plenty, my brother.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I'm cooking a double mixtape release. It's until underway. Remember August, it intended to come out at the end of September 30.
A double disc.
A double disc, 34 songs all in all. It's a collection from 2002, the year 2002.
12 songs each.
More like 17.
Oh yeah.
Eras. 34 would make it.
Or 34. Yeah.
34
yes.
era. And then it's a production from 2002
Oh, yeah.
to 2021.
Yo.
The last song that we recorded in that will be banging is this current one, Rock and Roll Yastwana.
Oh yeah.
And then the first song from 2002 was recorded by an act known as Monotone.
Yeah.
He used to go by the name Spoiled Bread.
Yeah.
And it's a 2002 song called Soul Nutrition.
Yeah.
Title of that was this piece. It's called Underground Mix with some poetry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Error.
And it's due to be released when?
30 September 2021.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yo.
just 8 weeks away also.
Double disc.
It's a double LP presentation.
Yo. That's a lot of work you put in there.
That's a clump. In fact,
Double disc.
that's just the tip of the iceberg because unrecorded material is about over 200 songs.
Yeah.
And then recorded material and only selection of that 37 out of over 50 of them.
Yeah.
So it was difficult to just like hoy them all at once
Yeah.
because the current trend is single.
Yeah. And how was your selection process actually?
It was random, mighty random.
Yeah. Who
And
selects you? Or do you have a team of guys that you work with that
well,
select
there's
the best tracks or
well, there's a panel and there's a procedure of selecting the songs, right?
Yeah.
We test out a song by taking it. A producer who makes the song does not take part in the selection of the song.
Oh yeah.
We get a random producer from elsewhere,
Oh, yeah.
and we like, how do you like this song?
Yeah.
And then he'll give his positive and negative criticism.
Yeah.
What opinion I have. And then we go to a random someone from the Strat.
Yeah.
Do you listen to Mutwag? Yes, I do. How do you like this song? Have an opinion that's similar to that one of a random producer.
Yeah.
We go to someone else. He's an artist. Hey, bro, how do you like this song? Is there a song that you would pass like feature in or make a collab in? Maybe like collab and whatever.
Yeah.
No, I like it. No, I don't like it. So the selection process goes by for like research into the market from different people in different positions in the music fraternity.
Yeah.
So and again, what determines the selection is the availability of the material. Songs were taken from the year 2002 and throughout the years until 2021.
Yeah.
Throughout the journey, we have released a variety of EPs, we have released a variety of mixtapes, we have released a variety of albums. Just to mention a few, there was an EP we released in 2007 under Moagi-The Productions, a Mafikeng producer. We called it Verbal Scavengers, Hungry Animals. It would later develop 3 years to including a variety of brands infusion into a mixtape we call Fantastic Distraction.
Yeah.
Over time, I released my own poetic 6 EP project, Little T, Soul Nutrition.
Yeah.
Over time, I engaged with Toof. We made a Toof brand. We cut an album called Tsotsi Move to Toof. Over time, we mixed to Toof the brand with Crystal Press the brand, with Moagi-The the brand, and we created a conglomerate called the Black Family Project.
Yeah.
So this double LP project is a collection of like bits and pieces of all these things put
Music that you've
together.
been doing for quite a while.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And the basic purpose of this double LP is to introduce all these different flavors and brands in one package.
Yeah.
So
So I was surprised when you said it's a what? 37 tracks, double disc.
Yes,
right?
sir, it's like
now, my question was, which I didn't ask, was, yo, 37, were you alone there? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, true. I mean, it's a soldier army movement.
Yeah. And it's a combination of a lot of guys that you worked with, through your musical journey, obviously.
Amen to that. You said it better.
Yeah.
Literally a mixtape in the literal sense.
Yeah.
But in all the 37 songs, you correctly put it, or you'll find that a song, you'll find that in a song, Give Me One, and it's poetry. You'll find that a song is a double song, someone with someone else. I could refer to the Wu-Tang Clan. As we grew up, there was this 9-man band.
You know what I mean?
And if you listen to their album, Ipina said with you like 2 out of 9. Ipina said is all 9 in them. Said you like 1 or 2 or 3. So this double LP presentation will be exactly a similar kind of like flavor.
It's a collective.
It's a collective, yes sir. It's an umbrella presentation.
Yeah. No, nice one.
And I hope for the support. I promise only the best of the quality of the nicest, underground with appeal, melodic business, and sensible music above all.
You know what I mean?
Amaru.
No fresh stuff. So where do people catch you on your socials then?
Please watch the space. Meanwhile, you can catch the Tuf fan page on Facebook, but the Twitter handle is yet to come, under Slender Salamander, and then the Insta account is yet to come, and Giddy development is a few days from now. So say next week or so, as you just log online, you'll find us on Facebook, on all your basic socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Slender Salamander, Tumelo Moagi. Either or. Mari, watch Slender Salamander more. Watch Slender Salamander.
Slender Salamander.
Look out for Slender Salamander.
So how would you say your Mzira art space differs with the Smarttown art space? Any differences, any similarities there? Because I felt that you worked with a lot of guys from Maftown as well. You know what I mean?
And true.
Is it a continuation, or do you feel that this one is better, not better? Is it rough? Is it, or was it just a smooth transition for you?
Okay, please allow me to briefly give more detail in it. In my journey from 2002, when I started recording officially, I started recording from Joburg. So I spent some 4 years in Joburg and musically active. And then 4 years later, I would come to my Fike. And in fact, in Joburg, I would write only in English, strictly in English. And then I turned on my Fike. Mutwako was so big. And then I got coaching and advice from working with the local, other greats or audience I understand that one. Content to Kwalangayon, equal and then the Mutwako growing me. And then from my beginning, moving to Zirast, I came across the one. Zirast the Huruti to Nataka Mino as it's more than Mutwako, le hip hop. But then Hamutwako Totamotokori is a brainchild of my picking. I thought Umavelo to Alcohol, Zirast related closest, Hartako catch that like Motoko flavor. So, Ketari, the similarity, the difference is that Zirast hip hop movement. Play my beginning hip hop movement. For finally, as a traditional music influence in Titata in our Motwako from Ziras. And then Kafa.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Is the traditional music in Ziras the most, should I say, selling? Or the most recognized in Zirast?
It's bigger than many other music categories. Khopane is a popular village in the heart of Lehurut, Zirast. And then Khopane is a mountain school. Kokosing Khopane for the traditional group, the big and the didn't. And then our commercial radio station, Tamka music is traditionally from Lehurut. So I would say Stwana music is much bigger for again, because Zirast, is closer to Botswana, so you can tell.
And again, the different Khosi King, the
Yes,
Khosi,
yes, it's a Ramotseri Muilwa region, and the Urutidino Ghana is the home village of Ramotseri Muilwa. That explains a lot to it. But above all, the similarity in the two, like hip hop fraternities, Zirasli Uruti, this was a song of Vela. Motoko Motwako, and then you'll get young Maiguama Diamant Cheletin, Abeta Motwako, and then you'll get Crystal Croese, Abeta Motwako, you'll get Noti, Abeta Motwako. So the similarity is when it data loss, like the similarity. Gidi enjoy Gabu baby, and I would actually fuse them. Oh, speaking of which, there was once a Motwako like King Ngasero competition, Ziras versus Mafige, or Ziras meets Mafige, held in Ziras sometime in the years back. The Crespos were there, the Toxics from the Ziras were there, and it turned out to be a beautiful evening at the end of the day because the best of Mafige and the best of Ziras came together, and that would be my reference to my answer for the similarity between the two girls.
For sure. Any fusions? Because I heard you say traditional music in Ziras is very big. Any fusions with say traditional music bands in Ziras with your music, or what's going on in that space, you know?
In studio, when I the project is a pay something to address the question. Pina E1 a traditional band. I still have to do a collab with a traditional band because Totaka like E1 and a photo was a new address the cellular circle.
Because I heard you say that's like the biggest art form in Ziras as we speak. Right?
Indeed.
Traditional music. And again it influenced a lot for you musically again, you know what I mean? Hence, is there any artists that you featured in that space using?
You'll find a traditional band performing that traditional song, and in the middle of the song, there's a praise poet. The praise poet, as he comes out, instead of doing praise poetry the traditional way, but have a rendition of verse. So that makes it a traditional sort of a thing. But then the event, Manyalo, the Pulo Matlapa, and such. Mostly the bookings, the traditional band than your local artists
or hip hop, house and
the like, you know. The DJ they are booking yes because they provide sound and stuff. But generally performing artists, be it a gospel singing artist or be it a rapper or be it a poet, the booking study artist is on for like the fairly minimal that's. That is why they get the traditional affair in the rest is much bigger than your what we do that side. And then the half of us who do this kind of art, hip hop or rap, they will do your trap music, you know. But I don't mean to sound disrespectful or anyhow, but trap rap is okay rap, but they'll be giving this, attitude to the community. Right? So for that reason, it kind of like makes sense. Why? Around the neighborhood, this traditional music is much bigger than your hip hop music.
I think that it's a space for sale, for growth right there, especially for those that say they don't want to pursue the traditional music route. A movement of sorts. Hip hop.
True.
There's a creation right there. True. I think. You know what I mean?
True. Hip hop is everything.
You know what I mean?
Hip hop is rap, hip hop is reggae, hip hop is rock and roll, hip hop is traditional music, hip hop is everything. And there's this culture of raga that is massively growing, unrecognized. For the growth we overlook such a growth, and I think we artists have a big opportunity again in exploring that raga space. Because from your chakadimas and players and your shagis raga in itself is big next to reggae, and that side the little the artist is the creativity to at least like tap into these other sounds
Art forms as well.
and art forms. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hip hop is everything, and hip hop is life, and life is hip hop at the same time.
You know what I mean? Nah, man. Tumelo Moagi.
Error.
There we have it, lady. Thanks for your time, the brother, man.
No,
You
thanks
know?
for having me, my brother, and well, amen to that. One massive love.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you heard the man. It's Tsotsi Funk TV, man. Do love, support, share, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Yeah, we had Tumelo Moagi, man, from Zira, man. You know what I
Tsotsi
mean?
for life.
Yeah.
No,
Hello, baby. Thanks for your time, the brother.
I never.
my man.
She's always my brother. One massive love.
For sure.
All that day.
Yeah.
President. And I'm a ball like the president. President. And I'm a ball like the
My
president.
nigga told me keep your head up, I'm not straight up.